K through 12, they need to spend more time focusing on, education, financial education. As a child, coming through school, I wasn't really set down and taught about, how to deal with credit and checks and balances, and to invest your money and to save your money, and just how to deal with financial problems. And the only way you get better at financial issues is by solving financial problems. When I was young, a good example is that you get these bad habits and these spending habits, and they're passed down to you, and you carry these on into your adult life. I was young, 18, 19. I'm getting cell phones and letting them, get cut off. I'm buying all kind of things that I don't need and can't afford, and just having them, not really caring about what's going to happen in the future. Getting apartments, breaking leases, and things like that, and dealing with car companies, and just not caring about the bill aspect of it. Just getting through, getting by. As long as I was able to, beat it at that time, that's all that matters. And it's important that schools prepare you for these things growing up. That way you can actually have a better future. You know, baby, you can have a better future. And that's what it's about. It's teaching your kids at an early age and being taught at an early age about how to prepare for these situations that you're really encountering growing up. Man, so that's how I feel about the K through 12 education, is that they need to spend more time teaching us about credit and teaching us about uh, having a monthly budget. How you spending your money versus the money you are making, and assets and liability, and all these different things that we deal with every day that people are struggling because they don't understand. Financial understanding and financial literacy is everything. Understanding how to deal with money. It's a pro tool. It's a tool that pros use to generate more income to put them in a better situation. So, take time out to re-understand finances and put yourself in a better situation for the future. And that's, what I think about the K through 12 education. And then we talk about college. College is the first time that you get to actually choose what you want to go to school for, and it's up to you to go or not. Nobody makes you, go to school when you're in college. You get up if you want to, you go to class if you want to. It completely reflects the desire that you have to hire your education and to learn something. So it's important to go to school for what you need to go to school for. I think it's crazy that you have to spend so much money on education. I don't agree with free education because somebody has to pay for it, but I do affordable. But it should be, you should really have a great understanding, and it should be like, by the time you're ready to go to school, you should have a great idea based off your community and the people that care about you to help you, figure out at least a little bit of an idea of what you want to go to school for. So you're not just in school trying to figure these things out, putting yourself in debt and putting yourself in situations that you're working the rest of your life to recover from. So, I think it's important that, you figure these things out before you go to school, or start thinking about them early. Don't wait to college to start thinking about what you want to do, because you're wasting time and money. Because school can be for everybody. You definitely need to be empowered, and you need to be educated to be empowered. That way you can understand what's happening, and you won't just let anything happen to you. So, in college, you need to really take time to teach yourself what you want to learn. Seek the things that you really need that's going to help your future. College teaches you how to seek the things you want to learn. School, K through 12, teaches you how to learn. College teaches you how to seek the things that you want to learn about. And that's what you spend time in college doing, is figuring out the things that you want to learn and going and learning them. Because now that's completely up to you now. So, you have to decide, where you think your future is going. And that's something you need to be thinking about, and the people around you should be helping you realize and look inside of you to be like, okay, what are my skills and abilities? What should I go to school for? What do I want to further my education learning? Not just, I just need to go to school, because then you up in school not knowing and having a clue. Now you end up doing everything that we all know what college is about, and what can happen out there, from a street mentality to just a confused, spoiled kid that just, still up there confused and lost. Grad school is when you actually figure out, okay, now that I've finished school, I'm understanding what I want to do, I've pursued what I'm doing, now I want to become an expert in what I'm doing. Now I want to make sure that I can start to input the knowledge that I've learned back into the world to make it better, and create some type of social change, or to create some type of change in my environment or my life. So, That's what you would go to grad school for. That I think. You know what I mean? Like now, I'm in grad school. I'm pursuing my PhD, and it's in public policy, which is supposed to help me learn how to create policies to help the economic structure to create better change through a community level all the way up to a national level, international level. So that's what I'm now that I come to my realization of what I'm actually doing and what I want to do based off what I think I'm good at, based off what I think I can do, because I still didn't have really a good counsel team, didn't really have people that can kind of give me insight, never really knew what my purpose was. I realized that I just want to help change, and I was taught to fight with the pen. So if you want to create change and you want to see change, then you need to create policies that can help the change, and then you get them in place, and now you can create more situations for people to benefit from. So that's what I use graduate school for, is that now I can present the portfolio in a more of a professional expert level where I can, show them that I've learned more about how to develop on a basic level a better economic system. And that's what you do. So don't waste that money and time on just keep furthering artist education with something that you never really plan to use. So that's what I think about grad. Great idea to go to a trade school. I think it's a great idea to really have some type of skill to you that can give you some sort of value also with your education. It's going to come a time where, the education is going to take you somewhere, but being able to do something will take you a little bit further, because people will always need things to be done, and you'll be able to have value to yourself. So it's important to, get some type of skills. I wish that, I had a father figure around me that could teach me how to do basic things that people can do easily. I never learned anything about fixing cars or building houses. These are things that I wish I could do, which I still can learn, but it takes time to learn these things. And do I have the time balanced with the things that I'm dealing with on a daily basis now? So that's something that I have to reprioritize into my life, because having a skill or a trade or being able to do something is going to help further my family and generations and everything else that I can pass down. So it's important that you pick up a skill or a trade, because it helps you in the long run, and never learn anything. Your family can't depend on a man that can't do anything. I wish that I had somebody that could teach me how to do these things, how to build a house or a foundation, or understand how to use, equipment and tools, or fix a car and basic stuff, that I could have value to myself if the time ever came where I needed to have some type of value exchange, a barter system, how to do agriculture, how to be able to farm. These are things that are important skills. Fish, I've never fished, things like that. Like, I wish I could do these things. I get around other men that are older and different cultures that do these things without even thinking about it, and take their sons on to do these things. And it's like, wow, it's just amazing to see that. Like, I wish that I had that. And sometimes I want to get involved with what they're doing just to experience it, and think about it. So when I take my son, I can take him to do these things, and he can't say, oh, my dad never showed me these things, or I never experienced these things. Like I'm saying, you learn something. So a trade school is a good idea, because, it's important to know how to do some things. Building computers, building robots, technology. Let's not even talk about STEM related. Science, technology, engineering, mathematics. That is like extraordinary. Like, those are the best things you can get into. My neighborhood looked down on people that were doing things like that. You don't want to be the nerd. You don't want to be the smart guy. You don't want to be the proper guy. You don't want to be that recognized. Then you don't get the right recognition being that. So you don't strive to do these things. Then you get older and you see people that are engineers and this and that, and they all have these great lives and they're living so wonderful, and it's like their dad were engineers, and you just like, wow, that's the route to go. I spent all my time trying to avoid, being looked at in these certain lights, that now I missed out on life and opportunity that I could have did, things that I had interest in. Just spend time educating yourself. Do your research, show yourself approved. You know what I mean? Study something, read something. There's tons of books that I want to talk about on here, that I want to get the book club going, on a digital book club where we're all just reading books together and we're just commenting about them as we go. Real big important subject is the debt. That's just the debt part. Like, I'm hating that right now, because I'm in school right now to get my PhD, and right now my classes have been halted because I can't afford them. At one point I thought I was good and I would have just been able to keep affording my classes, taking out financial aid. But now I reached the max limit that I can never borrow any more money from the government again. $150,000 in debt. I'm not even done with school. I haven't got this great career, and I owe all this money back already. So it's like, now where am I left? You know what I'm saying? I done put myself in all this debt and don't really have much opportunity. So now I have to constantly I have to reinvent and reposition myself to use this education now. In a company, I can't just settle for any type of company or anything anymore because now it's not lining up with what I've been in school for all these years. And then the jobs that in the city and all these other council jobs and this and that, they're either controlled or you have a hard time getting in there and they're not really paying anything to help you settle this money that you owe. So it's important that you don't get yourself in debt like that because they put us in such a hole right now. A lot of people are in a hole where they've been in school for all these years, haven't got the career, and now they owe money. And then they have to keep staying in school because they don't want to pay the money back yet, so they defer it and they get to continue education, but at some point it runs out and ends. And that's where I'm at. So I want to go back to school right now to finish getting my doctorate, but I can't even do it until I can pay for the classes. How do I pay for the classes without a good job? So now I have to get a good job, but now I have to survive. You have bills to pay, you have responsibility. So you can't afford these expensive classes now. So now you're working on trying to find a way to get a great job, which leads you to go to a trade school, because if you don't know somebody that knows somebody that's going to get you this great opportunity, then you have to create your own value and do it yourself. So now you're in a trade school and you spend time and you spend money trying to get a trade and skill that can generate some income so you can now be able to pay for the things that you want to do that can lead you into your career again. So that's where I'm at. I don't know if anybody else is dealing with that, but it sucks that you devote all this time and money and things to schooling just to not really have much of an outlet when it's over with yourself. And I was looking in all the wrong places, and now I'm starting to realize that that I need to go to places and I need to talk to people that can help me, that are in these industries and areas that I want to be in. And I have to try to be assertive and get these jobs and opportunities now. That can line up to what I think I can input into a company or input into a organization. So this is what I'm dealing with now. Revamping my resume, paying for headhunters, paying for all these different agencies that can help you and can resume build, and paying not just a basic resume. You need somebody that can highlight your skills and abilities now. These are things that I'm learning to do now to try to give me a chance to really enter into a new situation now that you're not taught. I would have had someone in from the community that would have already set me down early and told me to do these things and to position myself like this. If not, they already would have had a company that I could have been a part of, that I would have looked forward to becoming a part of when I got older and went to school and got the education that I needed to be effective in that position. But you don't have that. You rarely have that. And I don't blame anybody or anything. It's all my fault. I just need to do better now that you know better. It is what it's going to be. I know God has a plan and he's going to figure it out. But, this is what you're dealing with. So, that's what I feel about debt. They need to figure out a way to help the generation of mine that are getting out of school now with no opportunity and are in debt. And let's figure out something, because it shouldn't cost that much, to be educated, to be one to input. I see all kind of different memes and quotes about people that say you spent $100,000 in school loan to get a $30,000 job now. It sucks. I don't know people that have $50,000 to $60,000 jobs and never even went to school. But they've been at that job for 10, 15 years. So which one should I have had done growing up when you're taught to go to college to have a better advantage, or I should have just applied for the company when I was 18? What